Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21, continuing on with our Moto3 career mode. It's time for the San Marino GP of Misano. So here is the championship leader on board the Husqvarna, of course. Brilliant season so far, guys. If you haven't checked out the rest of the videos, I would highly recommend you check them out when you get the chance, because this season has been absolutely superb. Chopping and changing positions. The championship lead so far has stayed in Grant's hands, but it's not looking as easy anymore. 18 points is what separates Grant to Gabriel Rodrigo, and 24 points is Darren Binder behind Grant, so it is really heating up, and I think we need a massive result here. Aragon was extremely successful. I am about to spoil it, so beware. Aragon, third place finish for Grant, was absolutely crucial for the championship. Gabriel Rodrigo taking the victory, and I think Pedro Acosta finished in second place. But as far as the championship goes, if you're not aware, we only use power setting 1 here in Moto 3. Power setting 1 enables us to just make it a little bit more challenging, because of course, well, power setting 2 and 3 makes it a little bit too easy, to be quite honest with you. So utilising power setting 1 and having that reduced amount of speed on the straights has really made the difference, and has really kept this whole championship extremely entertaining and extremely competitive. So into Cavone for turn 11 for the very first time of the weekend, and now onto the right hand side for turn 12. We'll be braking in here, gradually bringing in the bike for turn 13, and then once again for turn 14 of Caro. Sector study development test completed, but to be honest with you, I've hardly touched the development. I don't really bother upgrading the Husqvarna any more than it is, because we don't need any extra assistance. We are very fast, we are competitive, and we have won quite a lot of races this season, and even taken quite a lot of pole positions. And speaking of pole position, exactly where we want to be later on in the race. The race starts at 8 PM GMT, so make sure you're there and ready to watch the action kick off. So getting into turn 2, and we'll get ready to flick it on the right hand side for turn 3 of the Variante del Parco, as Andy Farad Izdihar getting a little bit out of shape, coming out of the pit lane there, getting in our way. Could have waited just a couple of more tenths of a second, and we could have got straight past there without any hiccups. But Sector 1 should still be navigated quite well. On the left-hand side, we're 17,000 of a second off the pace, where we were just a moment ago on the previous lap time. Now, I'm probably aiming to do a couple of laps here, maybe 2 or 3, potentially even 4, depending on how we look, and then we'll move on to the qualifying session. The goal is definitely to take the best qualifying positions we can, because there's quite a lot of straights here in Misano, and, you know, being on power setting 1 on board the Husqvarna, it's not the fastest motorcycle, so it is a little bit difficult. But as we go into Tramonto, a little bit wide actually for turn 10, bit of a mistake there from the World Championship leader. So still no sign of anyone on the left-hand side of your screen actually making any sort of timings there. I'm expecting Darren Binder, John McPhee, and a couple of other championship protagonists such as Jama Masia to chuck in some very fast lap times. So I would like to know where we're looking towards their pace as well, because of course I want to be aiming for the best position possible, and I expect a very good race here in Misano. I think it's going to be rather difficult for us, especially with some of these long straights, but at the same time there is quite a lot of stop and start sections, and there's a lot of fast sections. I think we should be alright in the long run, maintaining the tyres, maintaining the speed. We should be okay. As Philip Salach is now looking to be showing a little bit of sign of life there, so is Jeremy Alcoba. And Sergio Garcia moves himself up to the second place, just behind us. We actually improved our lap there by 6,000th of a second, so nice consistent pace there as Sergio Garcia puts himself into second place. And now Darren Binder puts himself at the top of the pile. A 1:44.865 for the South African, the man currently running third place in the championship. He has been brilliant so far this season, was exceptionally good in Austria. Amazing job from him getting out to the front. It's something we haven't been able to do since Argentina, and of course in Argentina we did utilise power setting 2 and 3, so I guess that doesn't really count compared to the power setting 1. So the power setting 1 challenge, if you will, started in Le Mans, which was round 5, I do believe. I do believe that's round 5. That's where it all started, and I think it's been one of the best decisions we've had for this particular video, so at least channel, let's say, because it has been really competitive and very entertaining. Now onto the right hand side for Tramonto, turn 10. Ran it a little bit wide there as well. We did lose a bit of time. Should regain a little bit more of it once we put the throttle down and go for it coming into turn 11 in a moment's time. The very, very fast right-hander. Got to get this right, otherwise you'll go onto the rumble strip and then potentially touch the green, which of course will invalidate the lap and will leave you begging for a lot more. Turn 13, we're going in a little bit too tight and it's gone down! Grant, the championship leader, is down! So unfortunately, another session ended by a crash for Matt Grant. That is not ideal. These crashes have come far too often this season, especially in the practice sessions. Let's hope we don't do the same in qualifying in a moment's time. So we're now into qualifying 2. Alcoba, Suzuki, Guevara and Adrian Fernandez move the way up into qualifying 2 and all are ready to battle for pole position. So the hunt for pole position starts now. Grant, Rodrigo, McPhee, Masia, Binder, Suzuki. There's so many selections of riders. Who's going to take pole position here today? Ready for the Grand Prix at 8 PM GMT. Now we're utilising a soft front and a soft rear. It's not a combination I usually go for. I have utilised the soft front quite a lot this season, but not really the rear. So this is going to be another challenge for me right now. Challenge for DrAce, if you will. Going on to turn 6, touching the rumble strip there, just kissing the rumble strip's quite alright. Go any further than that and you will start to lose time because the rumble strip is quite treacherous on the exit turn 6. Dropping anchors into turn 8 for Quercia, magnificent corner. Bit of a innocuous corner actually, because it does look rather easy to navigate, but you can run it a little bit wide there and a little bit too often. I do recall Danny Pedrosa crashing out there in 2012, I want to say. Maybe 2011. I'm going to stick with 2012, I can't actually remember, but I do recall him crashing out there, and basically this challenge ended due to that one error. I'm going to say that was 2012 actually against Jorge Lorenzo. I remember that being a very, very interesting championship that Lorenzo came out on top. Now coming out of Cavone for turn 11, and then turn 12 to be navigated, and then finally turn 13 on the section of right-handers to then finish up into turn 14 with another right-hander for Caro. Beautifully done, up by 5.5 tenths of a second compared to Pedro Acosta's time of a 1:45.014. And of course that isn't going to be enough for pole position. I think Pedro's quite aware of that one. So breaking into the left-hander of Misano, getting closer to the rumble strip there. Be careful of not touching the green because of course he will invalidate the lap. As we now go across the line and we will go top, yes! A 1:44.120 for Matt Grant, who goes up by 8.5 tenths, in fact almost 9 tenths of a second ahead of Pedro Acosta. Now the aim is to continue exactly how we just started there, 9 tenths of a second ahead of Pedro Acosta. Can we do it again now? We're down by 2 tenths of a second going into sector 1, and certainly not ideal, but going into turn 4 of Rio. And speaking of Rio, my Silverstone GP ended not so well because of my cat named Rio, and she wasn't named after turn 4 of Misano, but still, she ruined my race there, and I thought that was worth mentioning again. But enough about cats, we need to focus on this qualifying session because of course 6.5 minutes remain as we go into Quercia. We have Ryusi Yamanaka ahead of us. I don't think we're going to be close enough to him to pick up a little bit of an extra toe, but if we do manage to get closer and closer to him, especially for the straights, that could be quite crucial in improving our lap time. So it looks like Giamamasia moved himself up into second place, the Red Bull KTM IO rider. He's 3 tenths and a little bit behind us. There's John McPhee, Andrea Migno, Antonelli and Jeremy Alcoba all on personal best sectors from sector 2 onwards as we go into Cavone for turn 11. We're still down by 2.5 tenths of a second to our 1:44.120, which we set the lap prior. And the soft tyre, the rear tyre, is looking very, very rough right now. It is extremely hot in these conditions, so it probably would be worthwhile changing to a medium tyre as we got a little bit too tighter there and invalidated our lap time. Big shout out to Darren Binder moving himself up into second place and Andrea Migno up into 4th position right behind Giamamasia. That is a very, very close set of lap times. So we jump back into the pits to change the tyres, a brand new soft front and a brand new medium rear for this Husqvarna. Shout out to Pedro Acosta on your left hand side of your screen there. He's got a personal best sector of the first sector and now a second sector for Pedro Acosta. And whilst we were talking about that, Darren Binder moves himself up into second place. He's 2 tenths of a second behind Grant, the championship leader of course. We've said that many times this season, has managed to hold on to that championship no matter what. And providing the circumstances this season and how competitive it's been, he really is looking to be the top man to get the job done. The medium tyre still looking a bit warm around this Misano circuit. We may have to consider the hard option tyre for the race. So Darren Binder, Acosta, Masia, Toba, all on personal best sectors right now. Who knows, if they just get one little red helmet there, that could be it. They could be knocking me off my top spot and putting me maybe off the front row. So we'll keep an eye on their times on the left-hand side of your screen there. We're on a very good lap regardless. Red helmet for us in the second sector, so who knows what's going to happen in a moment's time. But all we need to do now is to put in the fastest lap possible, going into Cavone with a lot of confidence. And I'm also very confident knowing that we could potentially get another lap in here as well. So if things don't go quite as planned on this lap, we might have another go at it, and we might grab hold of pole position by both hands. Binder Mino is also now on his personal best sector. Jamasia, 3 personal best sectors for him. God knows if he's going to actually take us away from our top spot. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, as Grant is still on a better lap. Oh, so it's going to be across the line first. So let's see what we can do going across the line. We're predicted to be 0.2 of a second extra. And across the line we do improve to a 1:43.970. I do believe that is the only 1:43 lap of this entire weekend. Brilliant job from Grant. He is ready and poised for the race at 8 PM tonight. So make sure you're staying tuned for that one, because I certainly am. I can't wait. A little bit wide into Rio for the last time of asking. Now getting us a little bit wide there. Now on to the inside. It's low on the left hand side of turn 6. Going into turn 6. Oh, in session over, but we take pole position by 3.5 of a second. Stupendous result from Grant, who yet again proves why he's the qualifying king. Amazing job from Grant. Good job from Darren Binder and Mino getting in second and third place with the exact same time. Acosta, Masia and Yamanaka on the second row. Great job from him. But guys, that's it from me. See you at 8 PM for the race. And upon that note, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you later on. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.